Good evening and welcome to Cheney Alumni Field, where the Natrona County Mustangs, the #1 ranked team in 4A, looks to return to the state championship game yet again in this semifinal matchup they have with Cheyenne East. The Thunderbirds is the only team that has defeated Natrona this year, so it looks to be an outstanding game. We're excited to be able to bring it to you again tonight. Thanks to Platte Valley Bank. They are sponsoring us again this week. Bo Covert and the folks over there, we really appreciate you stepping up again. Know a lot of people gave you a lot of love this week on the socials, and hope that continues again. So here we go. Welcome back to Natrona County High School. This is Brent Jurgensen. We're going to bring you the action here from NCHS 4A state semifinals. The trip to Laramie on the line. East won the kick and decided to defer, so Natrona's going to start on offense this evening. Pretty good, up near 60 degrees. The weather is going to change, however, so the first half is going to be pretty important to establish the line of scrimmage and get on the board as quick as you can. As I mentioned before, East had won after a 35-7 victory over Kelly Walsh last week in the quarterfinals. A game that they led 14-0 at halftime and then established themselves and really dominated in that second half. East made it here after a tight game through three quarters against Laramie last weekend. They extended their lead to 37-21, and that would be the final, giving them the right to come back up to Casper to play in the semifinal. These teams have met 4 times in the last 10 years or so in the semis. Each team is 2-2. In week 5, Natrona went down to East after a win over Laramie, and Thunder Basin had just defeated East 2 weeks before. East came back and won with a touchdown in a few minutes to defeat the Mustangs. So a chance at redemption tonight for NC. The opening kickoff by Merritt goes well into the end zone. Sure, the wind helped a little bit with that. And so NC will start with the ball on their own 20. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're real excited to bring this to you. Thanks to our administration for getting us the equipment we need. Thanks to Mr. Madzi. Boy, what a week those kids have had. NCTV produced off campus this week and did a great job with their NCTV broadcast. And they're back here tonight to help you watch your Mustangs play. So, 1st and 10, Cade Stoner back at quarterback, the senior. Dante Wallace behind him, and Cade's going to take it. He's going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage. The penetration on the backside ended that play fairly quickly. Tackle made by Zach Alexander. Challenge for them to stop the #1 running team in the state in Natrona. We'll get you some starters here in a moment. Stoner. Play action. Wide open. Tell Campbell, but the pass is low. And Tell can't quite come up with it. That'll bring up a 3rd down. So as we mentioned, Stoner is the quarterback. Number 17, he's a senior. Behind him, the leading touchdown earner, getter, whatever you want to call it. The leading scorer in 4A this year, Dante Wallace, with 21 touchdowns on the ground, over 1,500 yards rushing. The junior, he's at tailback. Jonathan True's the tight end. Tell Campbell playing the slot back, he's number 7. Jordan Bertinoli, the leading receiver for NC, he's number 89. And he's stacked out here to the bottom. Stoner, he's going to go over the top to Cooper Quigg, and the play is broken up. It was a good ball. But Hesford breaks that play up, and Natrona goes 3 and out in their first series. The same thing happened last week against Kelly Walsh. A lot of nerves sometimes in these semifinal games. These are the toughest games to win, in my humble opinion. Ryan Sorensen back to punt for NC. Snap is good. A little spiral on the ball there, and it's caught at the 45-yard line, and not much doing there for number 22. That's Robert Luco. He's a senior starter on both sides of the ball for Cheyenne East. But East starts their first possession on the NC 43.5-yard line. Defensive starters for the Mustangs. At the corners, Tell Campbell and Cooper Quigg, number 7 and number 8, respectively. The safety, Jacob Dietz, he's number 88. He's a senior, playing in place of the injured Jet George. The linebacking core for the Mustangs, one of the best in the state. Outside backers are Chase Brackenbaugh, 22, and Cade Stoner at 17. Inside, Jaden Vroman's 31 backer. All right, the inside handoff on first down is going to go to Christian Anderton, the leading rusher for Cheyenne East this season. Mustangs shifting a little bit on defense. But a good tackle by Jonathan True, Jaden Vroman, and Hunter Brent. Quick moving game already. It's going to bring up a third down. Interior lineman for the Mustangs, Jordan Bernal, he's at DN, 89. Trayvon Smith is 50. Thomas Park, 59. They're both seniors. He's at the nose guard. And Jonathan True at the defensive end. Two receivers each side. Drop back quick. Look at a quick pass, but stopped just short. Actually, a few yards short of the line of game. Allmiller took a quick look at the out to try to get the easy first down. That was covered up. So Allmiller tried to run for it himself, but it was swallowed up quickly. So both teams 3 and out to start the game. Number 15, Dakota Merritt. Looked like he was punting. He's the leading receiver and the leading scorer for Cheyenne East this season. Christian Anderson, their leading running back. He's the signal caller there. Snaps back. Merritt is going to roll it to the right and a little pooch kick. And that'll depend on where they mark it out of bounds. But both teams start with a 3 and out. Ball spotted at the 21. So series number 2, we'll finish those starting lineups on offense. Both tackles, Josh Core is number 74. He's at the left tackle. Cooper Claney, he's 58. He's at the right tackle. Trayvon Smith and Yahav Schreiber at the guard positions, number 50 and 65. Brendan Gustafson is the center. Cade Stoner in at quarterback. And they hand off to Wallace. He's got a little room off the outside, but he's going to be swallowed up for a loss of 2. And the numbers are a little tough to see. The tackle made by Eldridge, linebacker for Cheyenne East. Head coach for Cheyenne East is Chad Goff. He's done a really good job of maintaining his Cheyenne East program throughout the last decade or so. Won a state championship with Tevis Bartlett back in 2013, excuse me. Pass down the field to Jonathan True, just missed by Stoner. Again, that wind's blowing pretty hard. I'm not sure how much that affected it. It was a low throw. Might not have caught the wind, but incomplete. So third down now. 12 to go. First down is at the 32. Mustangs with 3 receivers to the left. East usually overloads to that side. Looks like a little screen. Dump off is to Wallace. He's got a little room if he can cut it up, and he does. The gain is of about 10 or 9 yards, but it is going to be short of the line to gain. So the loss on first down and incomplete on second negates a nice gain on third down. It's going to leave NC with 4th and 4. Schroeder and Luco back deep. Sorensen gets the punt up. It's a high punt. The wobbler is going to take a Natrona bounce and roll down to the East 34. So that ball hit at the 40 and took a 6-yard roll. Pretty good punting to the wind by Sorensen. And East starts their second drive. We'll keep you updated with scores from Gillette, where Sheridan is playing Thunder Basin in the other 4A semifinal. That should be a good game. Thunder Basin's ranked number 2. Sheridan, I believe, is ranked number 3 or number 4. Sheridan is seeded 3. I would not be surprised at all to see Sheridan win that game. They have been playing really well lately. Allmiller back, quickly throws it out into the flat. The ball is a forward pass. The pass was intended to Anderton, but thrown too far out front. Allmiller, he's a 6'2", 161-pound junior. He was replaced by Grayson Buell. Now, Grayson Buell was a move-in, actually, from Rock Springs. And if you watched Rock Springs play it all last year, you know that he was quite a quarterback. And he single-handedly led these T-Birds back to a come-from-behind victory against the Mustangs last time. Allmiller has played well for him in relief. Looks like too many guys in motion on that play. And that's true. So the 5-yard penalty moves it back to the East 29. Where it will be 2nd and 15. Mustangs are rated number 1 in the state in both rush defense and team defense. They're number 4 against the pass. East is a balanced team. They'll run it a little bit, throw it a little bit. They'll do what they need to do. Ranked 3rd and 4th in rushing and passing. All right, Allmiller over the middle. The pass is caught at the 50-yard line and run up to the 40 by Schroeder. And a big passing catch. About 30-yard gain on the play. Gives East the first down of the game with 7 minutes and about 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Allmiller quickly gets it lined up. The inside lead play to Anderton is going to net about 4. Hunter Brent in on the tackle. East with 2 receivers each side. The quick pass out to number 22. Good block on the outside. And Luco, the 5'7", 145-pound senior, catches the ball and quickly gets upfield for the East first down. Stoner on the tackle. 2 first downs in a row for Cheyenne East. Anderson, it's going to be Allmiller up the middle, and he's going nowhere. In fact, both running backs would have been tackled for about a loss on that play. Great pursuit inside. Thomas Park getting up off the bottom of the pile with Trayvon Smith. And it looks like no gain on the play. Wind is really starting to pick up. They're predicting rain at halftime. The interesting first half. Second possession of the game from Cheyenne East. No score, 6 minutes to go. Here in the first quarter. Allmiller back to pass. Oh, he tries to escape out to his left. Pulls it up, throws it across the middle. Ball is caught at the 3-yard line. That pass made by Tanner Muchmore. And the ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. That was a pretty good throw by Allmiller. Even better play by him to keep the play alive. So East has it 1st and goal now. I think Allmiller took a little bit of a hit on that play, but he got the ball off in time. East now goes to the I. Alexander at the fullback, and it's going to be a timeout taken by Natrona. First of the game. Comes at 5:24 in the first quarter. No score, but East knocking on the door. Again, appreciate Platte Valley Bank sponsoring us this evening, allowing us to bring you the broadcast tonight. Another busy week around Natrona County High School. State volleyball. The Phillies were eliminated earlier this afternoon. Played a tough match against Star Valley last night and dropped in 5 sets today at Evanston. So a tough end to the season for the Phillies, but I know they're a young squad and they're excited to see the future of that crew and excited for the opportunities for Grace Dubé, the senior leader there, to go down and show her stuff down at Utah State University. So back here to the gridiron. Motion to the right by Muchmore. The inside handoff goes to Anderton. And touchdown East. Anderton, the leading rusher for the Thunderbirds. Averages about 75 yards a game, 5.2 a carry. That's his 9th touchdown of the season. So the first score of the game goes to Cheyenne East. Merritt with the PAT attempt. It is up, and it's good. So 5:19 to go, first quarter, and Cheyenne East leads this 4A state semifinal from Casper, 7-0. Congratulations to Zach Snyder and the drama department. The theater crew put on an excellent rendition of Fahrenheit 451 a couple of weeks ago to rave reviews. It was an excellent program. If you haven't been inside John F. Welsh Auditorium yet, it is. The renovations are incredible. They finished those about 2 years ago. And it looks like it did back in 1928. Absolutely gorgeous. Merritt with the PAT. Anderton with the touchdown. Harrison Talbot warming up on the sideline down here in front of us. The sophomore, he's played in every game since the Oil Bowl. And there's the kickoff by Merritt. The ball is bobbled, picked up by Wallace. There's a big hole up the middle, but it's shut down pretty quickly by Anderton. And Wallace is going to get back to about the 14-yard line. And it looks like Talbert's going to be in the game. So Harrison Talbert, the sophomore, he's 6'1", 146 pounds. He's got the reins now. He's going to get the Mustangs going on offense. He's crept into the top 10 category as far as passing stats in the state. The inside handoff goes to Wallace, and it's cut down quickly by inside backer Eldridge. Eldridge, he's a senior. He's 5'9", 176 pounds. East doesn't blitz a whole lot, but they will flip their linebackers around and try to blitz inside every once in a while to take away that inside run. All right, the quick pass out to Bertinoli is caught, and the gain is out to about the 25, maybe 26. The quick pass by Talbert leads to the first down by NC tonight. There go the chains. And quickly up to the line again. Plays being signaled in. Talbert going to keep it himself. He's going to run off that left-hand side. Not much doing on the ground yet. Play made inside by Aiden Montoya. He's 6'3", 186 pounds, a junior. Morgan Pickett in at tailback. So 2 sophomores in the backfield for NC. He's second down. Talbert looks deep. He's going to go to Hunter Brown, and the ball is on his hands, but it's dropped right in front of the 50-yard line. It's going to be right on the sideline. A well-thrown ball. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 from NC's 26. Two safety look for the Thunderbirds. They're actually going to drop to about a cover 4. The quick dump out is actually blocked. Pass knocked down by Jarrett Taylor. He's 6'3", 167 pounds, but he's only a sophomore. So after a first down by NC on that drive, it stalls out on their own 31. Brings in Sorensen to punt for the 3rd time here in the first quarter. Good snap. Kick is high up into the lights. The ball's going to hit at the NC 47 and roll forward again. They're going to campfire that thing at the East 47. No score from Gillette. Sheridan and Thunder Basin still tied in the first. In 2A action today, Glen Rock led 21-7 at half, but was downed in Mountain View 33-21. All right, Allmiller, he's going to take the fake and keep it himself. Get about 3 yards on the play out to midfield. Riley Cooper, the 5'10 senior, in the backfield now. And inside give is going to be to Anderton again, and he fights his way forward. Nearly 10 yards to get the first down for East. Mustangs rotating their defensive line like they have all season. Park and Gustafson on the inside. Bertinoli and True at the D ends. Allmiller. Anderton in motion. Play action fake, and Allmiller's going to keep it himself. And he's swarmed under after about a 3-yard gain to the NC 37. Last week against Laramie, Allmiller completed 10 passes for 111 yards, but East racked it up on the ground, almost 250 yards rushing against the Plainsmen. Allmiller, play action, steps up, and is sacked. Sacked by Bertinoli, the first big play on defense tonight for NC. Comes at a pretty good time. East was going for another big play there. They had Schroeder. They were looking for him on the post play, similar to what they got about a 30-yard gain on the last possession. But instead, Bertinoli hangs on to Allmiller's ankle and brings him down. A loss of about 10 brings up 3rd and 16. Allmiller back to throw. Steps up and hits the man underneath. And it is going to be a first down by about a yard. The catch made by Robert Luco. And Luco, coming across the middle, catches the escape route pass, if you will. Ran all the way across from that slot position and came underneath to score. So a big first down conversion by Allmiller. The ball given off that left-hand side to Anderton. Hit initially at about the 26-yard line, and he's going to be marked there.
Anderson met there by J.T. Cruz. 25, Morgan Pickett. 59, Thomas Park.
Morgan Pickett and Thomas Parkin on the tackle.
Second and 6.
Brings up about 2nd and 6 or 7. Ball to NC 26. More than likely it'll be the last play of the quarter if the ball stays in bounds. Allmiller. The give. That's to number 7, Riley Cooper, and he's going to be tackled just short of the first down, right at the 20. We'll see if East tries to run another play real quick before the end of the quarter.
Cooper taken there by 22, Chase Brockenbaugh. 3rd and 1. Thunderbirds from the Mustangs.
All right, so at the end of the first quarter, scores Cheyenne East 7, Natrona 0. East with a 3rd and 1 coming up from the NC 20-yard line. Thunder Basin has opened a 7-0 lead against Sheridan. That game probably finishing up in the first quarter as well. In 3A action, Jackson leads Torrington in the road trip matchup of the weekend. Jackson had to drive to Torrington. Holy shnikes. But the Bronx lead the Trailblazers 7-6, that game in the second quarter. No score yet from Cody at Star Valley. Wheatland and Buffalo are tied at 0, that game in 2A. We already talked about the Glen Rock Mountain View game. In 1A, Bighorn, in first-year coach, has Bighorn rolling. They're up 61-0 over Pine Bluffs. And Cokeville defeats Upton Sundance, the U.S. Patriots. They're defeated 25-6 by Cokeville. Cokeville advancing to the state championship again. All right, here's Allmiller. He's going to have multiple fakes, but he's going to be able to get the first down, gain of about 2.
Tom Miller, he's taken there by J.D. Broman. 1st and 10, Thunderbirds. Chinese and the Mustang, 18.
So East with the first down. Kirk McLaughlin, the head coach in Bighorn. Can remember Kirk's first name. Goodness, we coach all spring together. All right, so Allmiller, he's back. He gives it off again. This is going to be to Cooper. And the gain is of about 2. Down to the 16. Let me make sure I have Cooper's yet. Yeah, Riley Cooper. He's in the backfield, not sure where Anderton is. But the fake to Cooper. There is a wide open receiver in the end zone, but it's dropped. Not sure if the wind caught that ball. It looked like a pretty good throw. And he was open. Schroeder was open again. That ball might have been affected by the wind a little bit. But there wasn't much there for coverage. Allmiller was on target to Schroeder. Ball just drifted a little bit, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Anderson back in now. 2 receivers each side for Allmiller. Steps up. Looking outside. He's going to keep the play alive again. And he goes deep in the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown. Schroeder. Allmiller with a touchdown pass. That one of 16 yards. Wide open in the corner. Might have been a broken coverage. So Dakota Merritt will come in to try to attempt the PAT. Snaps down and the ball is up and good. So that 7-0 lead was certainly the biggest that Natrona has seen all season by an opponent. Now that gets marched up to 14-0. The pass, Allmiller to Schroeder early here in the second quarter. 10:58 left. Score is now 14-0, Cheyenne East.
Scoring drive, 53 yards, 4 minutes 29 seconds.
Well, the Mustangs' defensive front is getting a little pressure on Allmiller. He's just escaping it and making some plays. On 2 plays that it looked like he was going to be sacked. He actually steps up or rolls out, keeps the play alive, and gets a big-time first down at the end of the first quarter, and then throws the touchdown strike to Schroeder to bump the East lead up to 14-0. So Dakota Merritt, kicker for East. He'll see what he can do into the wind. Pickett and Wallace back deep. Jared Flanagan and David Miller are the up backs in front of Pickett and Wallace. So uncharted territory for the Mustangs this season, down 2 scores here early in the second quarter. The kick is high, but it's going to be a little bit shorter. Ball fielded at the 10-yard line by Pickett. He cuts it up the middle, and good tackling by Cheyenne East. There hasn't been much going on after that first contact. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 24. This East program prides themselves on how well they play against Natrona. It is no secret. It is well known by everybody in 4A football. And the Thunderbirds are continuing that tradition. They're playing well here tonight. So Mustangs are going to need to answer here. Not a whole lot going on offense so far. I think just 1 first down for NC so far tonight. Talbert still in at quarterback. It's going to be a give to Wallace. There we go. He's got a little room up the middle, but he fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Luco. And he might have fumbled it back on the return. Now the official on this near side is going to say he was down. We'll see what the officials do rule. First down East. So the ball pops out, goes forward about 10 yards, and is picked up by Robert Luco. And East now with the ball again inside NC territory on the 39. I'm going to see if I have individual statistics for Wallace. They don't keep those as far as fumbles go. I hadn't seen him fumble all season. He fumbled last week against Kelly in the quarterfinal, and then another fumble tonight. So the first turnover of the game goes the Thunderbirds' way, and now Anderson has the ball, and he's going to advance it about 4 yards off that right-hand side.
second and 6. Thunderbirds from the Mustang 35.
Allmiller. Oh, the late handoff goes to Anderson. Anderson gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Stoner. And a good play by Thomas Park. Hunter Brent in on the play. Short gain of about 1 or so. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for East. Ball on the NC 34. East looks like they might take a timeout here. Coach Goff up next to the official. And they use their first timeout of the half. So each team has used one now. Timeout taken at 9:29 left, second quarter, by Cheyenne East. They lead 14-0 in the 4A semifinals. Thunder Basin still leads 7-0 against Sheridan. That game in the second quarter now. Again, appreciate having you with us. Well over 100 viewers tonight. Thanks for joining us. Tough matchup for the Mustangs. On third down, Allmiller, he's going to fake it and not go much of anywhere. Ball barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up fourth down. Would not be surprised at all to see East go for it here. But it looks like they're bringing in their punter. He's done a nice job tonight. Dakota Merritt, both kicking the ball off and with his punting. Mustangs are just going to have to speed up a little bit. East is playing downhill with nothing to lose. They know that they're not favored tonight. Mustangs, number 1 ranked team in 4A for the past 5 or 6 weeks. East has remained in the top 4. Merritt drops, and he's going to pooch it again. Ball gets down to about the 8-yard line. It bounces forward. Be marked out near the 10. We'll have to see right where it's at. All right, so the Mustang defense holds after the turnover. And the offense just has to settle in a little bit and get their bearings and get a few first downs rolling here. What kicked the game off for NC last week was a 99-yard touchdown drive. You know, that big old train formation. We might see that again here tonight, back in their own end zone. But right now, we got the 3-receiver set. So Bertinoli, just to the right, he's going to be the motion man. And Talbert is going to turn and give it off to Dante Wallace. Wallace covering it up pretty well. And he's going to be wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage by Landon Eldridge. About 1 yard on the play. Clock approaching the 8-minute mark. Talbert quickly up in the pistol. A quick pass is to Tell Campbell. He's got some moves. There he goes, makes a good cut, and he's going to have it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Maybe one of the best accelerators on this team. Tell Campbell can get out quickly. Nice catch. The ball's a little high. Great block on the outside. I believe that was Bertinoli. And it springs Campbell for the first down. Mustangs quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Talbert gets the signal. And he's going to have a quick talk to Wallace. He's got a big hole off the left-hand side. Runs into his own man, but he's going to pick up at least 15 yards. A quick first down by NC. Wallace running hard. Tackle made by Schroeder. But consecutive first downs for NC. And keep the pace going. Talbert takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Pops it outside. He's got some room. To the 50. Ankle tackle made by the outside backer, 22. I think that's Luco. But, boy, he saved a huge gain by Talbert. Shifty move by the sophomore. Gets it to the edge. And just like that, it's 2nd and 2, and NC is on the east side of the 50. Talbert, inside run to Wallace. Gets hit in the backfield by Montoya. But the ball is marked at the east 44, and that's enough for a first down. Four linebackers in for East. Harrison Talbert back to throw. He's going to have to get rid of it, and he's sacked. They're going to call him down. The sack is made by Valerio, the linebacker for the Thunderbirds. Wrangles Talbert, and that's a loss of about 10 on the play. Just a little bit too much penetration. Good play on the outside by Valerio. Puts the Mustangs at 2nd and 20. Talbert by himself now in the backfield. He's going to take it and run it up the middle, just try to get a few yards. Takes a big hit by Zach Alexander, the inside linebacker. So the hit after the gain of about 4 is going to leave the Mustangs with about 17, 16 yards to go. And Natrona is going to take a timeout. 5:33 to go in the first half. Mustangs trail 14-0. We'll get some stats for you at halftime. It's actually been a really quickly moving first half. I believe this is Natrona's 4th possession. East has had 4 as well. East scoring on a 1-yard touchdown run in the first quarter by Anderton. And then early in that second quarter, the backup quarterback, Allmiller, hit Schroeder for the 16-yard touchdown pass. And that gives us the score we have now. It's 14-0. Certainly a surprise to anybody who was watching the scoreboard. But a good drive, maybe stalled a little bit after the sack on Talbert. East does a great job of penetrating, get upfield, controlling the middle of the field. They put a lot of pressure on the corners. They ask a lot of those two. Hesford and Schroeder. Looks like East is in a cover 2 look. They're going to drop 2 safeties back. Talbert drops to throw. Good pickup on the blitz by Wallace, and the ball is tipped at the last second. That was a great play by Schroeder. There's just not much you can do there. I believe the pass was intended for Bertinoli. He had a step on Schroeder. Talbert put it in a great spot. But at the last second, the ball was tipped for the incompletion. Boy, good throw by Talbert there. That was just a good play. You got to tip your hat. So Sorensen into punt. Mustangs at worst are shifting the field position battle. Sorensen with a low punt. Looked like it was nearly blocked. And it's going to roll down to about the East 21. So after a promising drive, get about 3 first downs. The Mustangs stall out just at about the 50-yard line and end up having to punt for, I believe, the 3rd time this evening. So East has had 2 big pass plays tonight. Other than that, everything's been pretty pedestrian. Guarantee they've got a trick play in the bag for tonight. And there's Merritt on the sweep. The leading receiver for East is going to take the ball. He's going to get about a 6. Well, the ref keeps moving. About a 7-yard gain. Stoner and Campbell on the tackle. 2nd and 3. Ball at the East 27. Inside handoff to Anderson. You know, they're just getting enough room up the middle there. That was a solid game of about 8. You have to see what they're doing offensively with the offensive line, but they're creating a big enough hole. And Anderson's hitting it very quickly. Getting up to that 2nd level. Handoff inside to Anderson again. He's going off the left side. That's where they've ran most of their plays tonight. But not much doing on that one. Gain of about 1 for Anderson. There's little doubt that East would be more than happy with keeping the ball for the next 4 minutes and 16 seconds and taking a 14-point lead into half. They get the ball first in the second half as well. T-Birds, 3 men off to the left. The inside handoff goes to Anderton again. Solid run by Anderton of about 4 yards. 3 yards is going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Mustangs with 1 timeout left. Cheyenne East with 2. East quickly back up to the line. When they've needed a play, they've looked for Luco or Schroeder. Both of those receivers are off to the left. And the East has to burn a timeout there. Lukow and Schroeder didn't have their routes yet, and the quarterback was about to snap the ball. So, East takes the timeout. That's at 3:23 left in the second quarter. 3rd and 6 late here in the second quarter. Still 7-0 Thunder Basin up in Gillette. Oh, goodness, that Bighorn Pine Bluff game is still going. It's 68-7 now. Oh, man. That's another long drive game of the week. All right, so East decides to change the formation. They're going to put Merritt, Luco, and Schroeder out to the left. Allmiller in the gun. He's going to fake the handoff. Quick slant, and the ball's thrown low. Not much happening there. Dietz was there to make the play. Ball intended for Luco. Pass is well too low for anything to happen there. And the play action falls incomplete, bringing back out Dakota Merritt, the punter for the T-Birds. Quigg and Dietz back deep for the Mustangs. We haven't really seen Merritt punt one yet because they've punted from about the 40 or so of Natrona. I'm not sure if that was a legal formation, actually. Dietz is running at it, and he's going to let that ball hit and go out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So Mustangs, no score on the board yet with 3:12 here, second quarter. Look to cut the lead in half before halftime. Looked like they established a little bit on the line of scrimmage. Last time it was a little better. So Harrison Talbert still at the cue. He's got Hunter Brown to his right. Campbell and Quigg to the left. Wallace in the backfield. The quick pass to Tell Campbell. He's got it on the swing. He cuts it up at the 35, and he's got room. He's at the 50. Still running out of, and not driven out of bounds. Clock will stop, but the gain is nearly 30 yards on the play. Two big pass plays to the senior tonight. That one gets NC quickly into East territory. And right back up on the line. Talbert in the pistol. Snap. Ball's given up to Wallace. He's got some room. Spin move. And he's running through receivers. Throws off the safety and continues to run all the way down to the 10-yard line. Well, that's the Dante Wallace we've seen all season. Goodness, what a run. A gain of 30 on the play. Goodness, Allmiller. He just got ran over by Wallace. There is no other way to say that. So 2 plays, 2 huge gains, and the Mustangs have it first and goal just inside the East 10. The fake handoff. Talbert's going to give it himself. Touchdown Mustangs! A 3-play touchdown drive that takes less than a minute off the clock. And NC is back in business. Woo! Well, there you go. I think the Mustangs woke up a little bit. Goodness, what a run. Great play call by Coach Eisenrich. Talbert runs it in. The kick is up and good by Sorensen. And with 2:34 now left in the first half, NC trails 14-7. 10-yard touchdown run by Talbert on the play. Set up by a 30-yard run. Outstanding run by Dante Wallace. And that set up after a 30-yard pitch and catch from Talbert to Tell Campbell. 3 plays, 70 yards, touchdown Mustangs, 14-7. Boy, NC needed that. Gotcha. All right. Nice. All right. Well, I think everybody can breathe a little sigh of relief over here on the west stands at Cheney Alumni Field. The quick touchdown drive by NC certainly gets the Mustangs a little momentum. Yahav Schreiber now, he's going to tee it up. I'd be shocked if he doesn't have to have somebody hold this for him. The wind's whipping around pretty good now. Weather stable. It's 55 over on the bank clock. Might be a little cooler than that. Otherwise, still pretty nice out. All right, Yahav's got her teed up at the 40, and he's going to boot it. That ball all the way down to the 8-yard line. That is Schroeder, and he's got room off the left-hand side. Yahav Schreiber, he misses the tackle, and the return is all the way out to the 36 of Natrona. The return by Schroeder sets up East at the 36 of NC. Now they're actually going to mark him out a little bit further back than that. Ball at the 42. Must have ran out of bounds or been shoved out of bounds. But a big-time return by Schroeder gets East the ball back on the east side, or the NC side of the 50. Weather's holding, says about a 50% chance of precip. Don't see anything yet. So 2:24. First half. Looks like Anderson left a little bit early, but he's going nowhere. Roman with the stick and the finish by Trayvon Smith. The gain is going to be of 2. Certainly didn't look like that. Park's going to be subbed out. I wouldn't be surprised if East tries to go over the top. The inside run, ball fake, passes out to Merritt, makes one man miss, he's out to the 30, and the tackle's made there by Dietz and Campbell. But Merritt catches the pass from Allmiller. Ball's going to be spotted right at the 30 of the Mustangs. No, 29, excuse me. Quick play action pass is going to go over the middle. Now, it looked like the official was reaching for his flag, but then he almost got hit by the ball. Must have decided against it. I don't think it was intentional contact. There was a ball fake by Allmiller that might have brought that safety up over the top. But the incomplete leads it to 2nd and 10. 1:37 to go, first half. East is peppering the hashes with passes tonight. Must see something they like there. All right, Anderson. Out to the left, pass over the middle. Wide open is Dakota Merritt. And that puts the ball down at the 1-yard line. Again, second time that East has been on the 1. Brendan Gustafson hustles out the 5-6-man front for the Mustangs. Saw a quick I formation inside handoff to Anderson last time. Be surprised if we don't see that again. Allmiller waiting for the official to start counting. Oh, and they jump off sides. East with the false start. Now it's, yep, false start off the left, by the left tight end there. Ooh, that changes a lot for you as your offensive call. So East will sub in guys now. It's going to look a little bit different. Schroeder back in. Much more back in. And the T-Birds have Luco and Schroeder out to the left. So that's the dangerous duo for them tonight. Anderton in the backfield. Looks like NC is going to take their last timeout. There was a flag thrown, but looks like NC got the timeout beforehand. NC was trying to sub some guys in and out. They might have had 12 guys out there. So the last timeout burned by the Mustangs. Ball is 1st and goal at the NC 6. 53 seconds left, first half. Well, NC has kind of used that squib kick all year, either having it dribbled down to about the 20-15-yard line next to the sideline, or even having it go out of bounds to prevent those big returns. But that kickoff return by Schroeder really took the momentum back for East, and the big pass play to Merritt gets it inside the Mustangs' 10-yard line. So Allmiller and the offense looking to put up another touchdown on the Mustangs. East is the only team besides Thunder Basin to put up more than 20 against NC all year. All right, Allmiller with the fake handoff. He's going to go inside to Anderton. Anderton down to about the 2. East quickly gets back on the ball. They have one timeout left. Now they sub in. They're going to bring in their bigs. And now they're going to take their last timeout. That stops the clock with 35 seconds. So 2nd down and 2.5. Now this makes the ball game a little different. You have to consider if you run the ball, you can't stop the clock. But you don't really want to throw it down here either. You've ran the ball fairly well if you're Cheyenne East. Usually in this situation, you're going to call 2 plays in the huddle. If the first one doesn't score, you know where it's supposed to go, and you can set up that second play and snap off 2 plays in a hurry. All right, big opportunity for the Mustang defense here. It's the best one in 4A. The inside give to Anderton. He's stopped in the backfield. Great play by Vroman. And he goes nowhere. Anderton stuffed at the 5. That's where the ball's marked, and here we go. This is what we talked about. You got to call 2 plays. A ball to Anderton again, and nothing happening. Now it is 4th down. East has 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ball snap. Kick is up. And it is no good. It's wide left. East barely got that one off. But the kick goes wide left. And that west to east breeze might have pushed that one left. Boy, a wild finish to the half. But nothing on the board. So the Mustangs hold. Boy, did they need that. And they are trailing by 7 going into halftime, but it looked like it was going to be worse than that. Your score from Cheney Alumni Field here at NCHS. Cheyenne East 14, Natrona 7. The pace to the game really picked up there in the last 5 minutes. So both teams will head in the locker room looking to make their adjustments. Not sure what East needs to make adjustments on. They've had probably an ideal half other than the 3-play touchdown drive by the Mustangs. Natrona's going to have a little bit of a look at the passing scheme by East. They're doing a nice job of getting guys open. But it looks like they had a little success with some penetration on those last few runs there by Cheyenne East. So a 15-minute halftime tonight, here for the semifinal. Sheridan and Thunder Basin are tied at 7. That game now into the 3rd quarter. It's a quick mover. So we'll let you enjoy the sounds of halftime. We'll take a little break here. And we will be back in roughly 10 minutes or so for second half action of the 4A state semifinal playoffs, brought to you by Platte Valley Bank. Bo Covert and the folks over there have graciously sponsored the game for us tonight. We appreciate them giving us the opportunity to serve you from Natrona County High School. The NCTV crew providing you with all of the sights and everything that's happening on the field. Mr. Madsey and his kids do a great job, and they're continuing it tonight. You can catch the replay on YouTube. Just go to gonctv.com, and you can watch the game again tomorrow or anytime you like. So appreciate the well over 200 of you that have joined us so far this evening, and we're excited to be able to get back with you in the second half. So we'll catch you in about 9 minutes now. Welcome back to Natrona County High School. Start of the monsoon season at halftime. I'm not sure if you can quite tell on the video, but it is a steady, I'm not even going to call it a rain. Not quite a drizzle either. More than a drizzle, less than a rain. I'm open for suggestions. But the wind is really picking up now. It is those flags are straight out and pushing from the west to the east. You got to think that that's in favor of the Mustangs in the ground game. East has done their damage through the air tonight. There's no doubt about that. 3 big pass plays have allowed East to get a 14-7 lead starting the second half. The 3-minute warm-up period has about 1:30 left. We'll have to see which end of the field Natrona takes. The padding at the end of the south end zone is literally blowing away. The wind is incredibly strong right now, and it's whipping around. It's not a traditional wind like we see. It is swirling, and so it's picking up everything you can imagine. And the rain is pretty steady now. Everybody's going to have to come out in their rain gear for the second half. Kids are bundling up. Parents are bundling up. Zach and I are good, though. We're fine. We're not getting wet. So we're A-okay. So touchdown by East in the first quarter, about halfway through the period. Gave the Thunderbirds the early lead. Another touchdown with just over a minute gone in the second quarter. Gave East a 14-0 lead. But the Mustangs answer with a touchdown by Harrison Talbert, the quarterback keeper off the outside. Cuts the lead in half at 14-7, and that's where we start the third quarter. To say it's impossible to know where the wind is blowing from and where the ball is going to go is an understatement. So we'll keep you updated with the weather. Temperature dropped a little bit. It's still not too cold, but anytime when the ball gets kicked into the end zone here, you'll be able to see the flagpoles to the east, or the east of the uprights, and that wind is just howling. The referee's hat blew off. It's going to be something else here. So Ryan Sorensen is going to kick this time. Schreiber had a nice kick there in the first half. The ball just went right to Schroeder, and Schroeder had an excellent return to the left side, taking it all the way back into NC territory. The drive stalled. East had the ball on the 1-yard line. Had a big false start penalty that pushed them back to the 6, and they didn't get anything after that. Missed the field goal to the left to end the first half. So Sorensen tees it up, and he's going to squib it. There's the low driver kick. Ball's picked up at the 30. They certainly see something off that left-hand side. Tackle's made by Dietz. The returner pushed out at the 38-yard line. Zach Alexander picked up the short kick. So first possession of the second half will begin for East at their own 37. Schroeder and Luco in the backfield. The ball's going to be handed off to Luco. He's got a sweeper on that left side. Really odd to see the sweep play around into the boundary or into that sideline. but a solid gain on first down of 9 for the T-Birds. They quickly get set up on the ball again. Tackle made there by Kate Stoner. Same motion, ball fake to the receiver moving left. There's going to be enough for the first down. Anderson with a gain of about 1.5 yards. The fake was to Merritt. So the first down gain is what really gets East the first down there. So first down T-Birds, ball just short of the East 49. Two backs in the backfield, Cooper and Anderton. Merritt moves to that short side of the field. Ball's bobbled in the backfield. A pass play. Oh, it was a tight end screen or an A-back screen. Allmiller nearly fumbled it on the play fake to Anderson. Somehow kept the ball. I'm not sure if anybody saw Merritt, but the ball was tipped at the line. Mustangs might have caught a break there. I'm not sure if there's anybody behind Merritt, But the incomplete brings up second down. Allmiller. Inside handoff, ball's on the ground. Allmiller recovers it, but the loss is about 3. Now, Anderson's been quick to the line of scrimmage tonight all night. That time he's a little too quick, and the fumble puts the ball back near the East 46. Mustangs have to get off the field on defense here. They like this inside receiver tonight. Anderton drops back. The ball is going to be pump faked by Allmiller. Pulls it down again. He's going to be sacked. Hunter Brent with the sack. Good coverage downfield by the Mustang secondary. Allmiller takes the 6-yard loss on the play. Yeah, they're going to give him a little forward progress to the 42. But a 3-and-out for the Mustangs defense on the first series of the second half. Well, and you better put a GPS on this ball right now. Who knows where it's going to go? Quigg and Dietz back deep. Merritt to punt. The motion by the up back. Oh, ball is nearly blocked by Tell Campbell, and the ball takes a crazy bounce and is a touchback. Wow, that ball might have been about 12 feet off the ground. Takes a massive bounce. I think it hit just inside the 20 and then landed in the end zone. Satellite ball. So the Mustangs, that's the start they were looking for the second half. Now the offense gets their shot. First and 10, their own 20. Just under 10 minutes left in the third quarter. NC down 14-7. Inside handoff goes to Wallace. He jumps through one tackle, stretches out, and they're going to give him a gain of 2. Talking to the offensive coaches at halftime, Wallace and Talbert are about one ankle tackle away on every play from busting it. East is a good tackling team. They have been. But it's going to just take one of those, and it'll be a big gain. All right. The play-action boot. Talbert's going to go left. He hits the wide-open Tell Campbell. Campbell catches it at about the 35 and rolls up to the 40. Talbert took a shot on the play, but he's okay. And first down. Way to get rid of that ball quickly. Campbell with his third first down reception of the night. Talbert Handoff. That's Wallace. He jump cuts inside. Good tackle made by Eldridge and Valerio. Gain of 4.5. East really likes to play their outside linebackers wide, and they stand them up. They look like DNs. They're usually a little undersized, but have great leverage and are quick. So Talbert, he's going to set up, pull up again, tries to move, throws it under pressure. Incomplete. And used to seeing something on that bootleg. Mustangs ran that bootleg play really effectively last week against Kelly Walsh. Looks like it's going to be called a hold on the Mustangs. Relatively penalty-free game tonight for both teams, which is always nice. So the 10-yard penalty is a spot foul. And because the Mustangs had a pulling guard on that play, it was 5 yards deep in the backfield. So that puts it all the way back at the NC 25. So first down is at the 50. Second and 25 for the Mustangs. Inside handoff to Wallace. He gets hit and stopped for a gain of about 2. The initial pressure provided by 65, that's Montoya. East is slanting a little bit. That just means all those defensive linemen are going one direction or the other, either to their right or to the left. But they're also trying to cut out the legs of the offensive linemen for Natrona. That's perfectly legal. But it can really disrupt your ability to get up to block those linebackers, and that's who's making most of the tackles for the T-Birds tonight. So third down and 23. Talbert in the pistol. Quick pass to Campbell, and he escapes one tackle but doesn't escape 2. And the gain might be of about 1 or 2. But the holding penalty really hurts any chance that drive had. And it brings up fourth down. The ball is missed or blocked. It is blocked by Taylor. And that's going to put the ball on the Mustang 26. Well, now the Mustang defense is going to have to answer. The blocked punt shifts the field position battle back in favor of the Thunderbirds. Wouldn't be surprised to see an over-the-top throw here to Schroeder. Allmiller. Boy, he barely gets that snap. Gets it down into the breadbasket of Anderton. But that handoff is so quick that Allmiller barely got it off again. They fumbled the last series. Gain of 2 on the play. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. East leads 14-7. Quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Allmiller gives it to inside Anderton, and he's stuck there by Stoner. Late whistle. Nearly every player on the field in that pile except for 3 receivers for East. 19 guys on the play. Good job by Stoner. Limits the gain to about 2. It's going to bring up third about 5.5. I'm not even sure field goals are an option for the rest of the game, to be honest. That wind's blowing way too bad. Allmiller. High snap. Play action fake. Looks like an easy hold call that is missed. True. Great tackle there. It's going to depend on the spot of the ball. It's going to be 4th down. The ball spotted just short of the 14. Well, Jonathan True looked like he had a clear path to the quarterback and had a little or a lot bit of his claws held on to. Regardless, the play is a gain out to the NC 14. 4th and 1. Ball is given inside, and he's going to pop it outside. That is not Anderton. It's actually Riley Cooper. And Cooper bounces the ball outside for the 1st down. East is doing a great job tonight of mixing up their formations of personnel, trying to catch NC out of position. The motion by Merritt. He's going to go to that left side, and there's nothing doing. Great play by Hunter Brent, coming all the way over from his middle linebacker position. Shoves Merritt out of bounds at the 11 and a half, so it's a loss of about 3. 2nd and goal. Interesting to note, East has not rolled out once tonight. They have not moved the quarterback or the pocket. They've kept him inside. He's done a good job of keeping plays alive. See if they do it here. Might get some pressure from the Mustangs. Instead, the quick pass over the middle. Nice defense by Campbell. They're going to call pass interference. The motion created a one-on-one situation on the backside. Allmiller looks like he got dinged a little bit on the play. He's holding his hand. I'm not sure which one. Looks like his right hand. Now in high school, that's not an automatic 1st down, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal, but it's still 2nd down. I'm not sure if Allmiller's hand's okay. Handoff inside. It's back to Cooper. Nothing doing for Cooper on that play. It's going to be 3rd down. Allmiller's clearly injured. Not sure what they have for a backup quarterback. Might be a sophomore. Doesn't matter now. All right, now they roll him out. Allmiller, he's going to back up. He throws it out, and there is no one there. That is probably got to be intentional grounding. I'm not sure that they'll give it to him. Allmiller kept that play alive. They're going to say that Schroeder was close enough. So the incomplete pass, well, maybe they're going to still talk about it. If it's incomplete, the ball's still going to be at the 5-yard line. It'll be 4th and goal. Yep, they're going to call intentional grounding. And that's probably more due to the fact that Allmiller couldn't get any mustard on the ball. I'm still not convinced he's not hurt. He's over on the sideline holding that right hand. Might have been a deal where he threw it and hit somebody's helmet. All right, so now that brings up 4th down. That 5 yards could be, well, it's actually turning into more than that. About 15 yards. That could be huge with the wind the way it's blowing tonight. So the ball is placed at the 27. The hold will be from the 27, making it a 37-yard field goal. Merritt, and it's blocked! field goal is blocked and recovered by the Mustangs. Hunter Brown. Probably the fastest guy on the field for NC. The All-State long triple jumper. Top 10 in the country in long jump. Showed off his jumping skills there. Got around the edge and blocks the punt, keeping the score at 14-7. Boy, the Mustangs continue to keep it a one-score game. And now we're going to see train. The formation the Mustangs ran last week, putting the heaviest dudes they've got up on that front line. It's going to be the Dante Wallace show here, folks. Now, East is going to be ready for this. They're going to put 4 guys down. They've got everybody within 9 yards of the line of scrimmage. Wallace gets the ball at the right side, bounces it to the outside. And it's solid 15-yard gain on first down. Against Kelly Walsh last week, Natrona started a drive on their own 2. Lost a yard on first down. Went into this formation and marched at 99 yards down the field, completing with a Harrison Talbert touchdown pass. Natrona would love to do that again. Wallace gets hit in the backfield this time. They're going to blow it dead, but there's no gain on the play. Four minutes now. Third quarter. Plays made by Eldridge on the tackle. East has done a good job against the run tonight. They've pretty much shut Wallace down. He's had one big run. Talbert scored on a run. But they've done a nice job so far. All right. And Talbert's going to keep it himself. He's going to throw it. He's got a man downfield, and it is broken up again. I believe that's Schroeder. So Schroeder comes up with a big play again on Burton Oley. You knew that play was in the book after last week. A little pressure there brought by Jarrett Taylor off the edge. It's hard to throw over a guy who's 6'3". That gets Natrona back into their normal set. Tight end and 3 wideouts. And Talbert back in the pistol. East back into their normal formation. No safety in the middle of the field. East brings pressure off the outside. Talbert, he's looking deep. He's got a man. It's Cooper Quigg, and he catches the ball. First down, Mustangs at the East 33. Perfect pass by Talbert. Great catch by Quigg. And NC keeps the drive alive. No moisture now. The rain is gone. Big first down by Natrona. East back with their 2 safety look. NC's got to be able to throw the ball or run the ball against this kind of a look. Wallace gets it to the outside, cuts up, runs a few guys over. He's going to gain about 3. East doing a good job of stretching everything out. They're cutting everything on what we call the backside. So if the play goes to the left, they're cutting all the offensive linemen on the backside to eliminate the pull and the run by Talbert. See if there's an adjustment there. Second down. Run inside by Talbert. Here he goes. He's got a little room off to the outside. He cuts it up the middle. Tackled, but not after gaining at least 11 and getting another Mustang first down. Nice run by Talbert. Sure tackling by the Thunderbirds. But the Mustangs continue the drive. Campbell, Burton Oley, and Quigg at the wideouts. True at the tight end. Inside handoff's going to go to Wallace. He's got room. Bounces outside. Hits him low again. And he's down to the 10, just short of another first down. He is sure tough to bring down if you don't hit him low. All right, here come the big boys back in. They're going with the train formation. Got to establish that first down, get another one. get inside the 10. 2 minutes in the third quarter. Talbert turns the give to Wallace. He goes up the middle. It's really tough to see in there. Obviously a gain of at least about 4. And that's going to give NC another first down. First and goal, Mustangs at the East 6. Talbot back underneath. Turns, gives to Wallace. And he fumbled the ball, and it's going to depend on who recovers it. It's East ball, and it depends on where he covered it. Now it depends. If he's in the end zone on the recovery, it's a touchback, and it is. So second fumble of the night by Wallace on his way into the end zone gives East the ball on their own 20. Well, opportunity lost there for NC. There's no doubt about that. They had the touchdown drive and momentum in their favor. The long drive ends in no points, but the ball to Anderton up the middle. East is gonna try and pound this one out. There's no doubt. It's tough to throw. Wind still whipping. A short game by Anderton. Leaves it 2nd and 8 for the T-Birds. Tough break there for the Mustangs. Looks like Allmiller's going to keep the ball, and he's going nowhere. Play fake to Anderton. You know, East in the past has run that play with a lead for their quarterback, going around the outside like that. Didn't have it there, so now it brings up 3rd and 9. 30 seconds left, third quarter. 3 receivers out for Allmiller. He drops back, looking to his left. He's got a man, and the ball is incomplete. The receiver for East was down on the ground. It looked like Dietz might have a shot to pick that ball off. They get in that 3 receiver look, and they're trying to hammer everything up the middle. But the Mustang defense holds. And now East has to punt with this crazy wind. 18.3 seconds left in the quarter. Well, it wouldn't be a semifinal if it wasn't crazy. That's for sure. You know, East and Natrona have a long and recent history of great games in the playoffs, and this one is fitting the bill. All right, East blocked a punt for the Mustangs earlier in the quarter. See if NC can return the player. The ball is high, snapped over Merritt's head. He turns around and punts it. There's a short punt. It's going to hit at the 39. And the ball is recovered and down at the East, well, just inside the East 40. Now, it's a different set of rules when the punter is running like that. He's not as protected as he is in a normal punt situation because you don't know if he's going to run it or not. Regardless, the play could have been disastrous for East, but it turns out that they get the punt off and it gets back to the East 40. So with 8 seconds to go, this will probably be the last play of the quarter for the Mustangs. Again, trying to see that wind's blowing. 3 receiver look for NC. True in the backfield. The ball is given off to Morgan Pickett, looks like. He's running tough up the middle. He's going to have a gain of at least 8. Probably not 9. Yeah, 7.5, 8. But that will be the last play of the third quarter. So no score for either team in quarter number 3.
That's the end of our third quarter here.
So we're going to go into the fourth quarter. The Mustangs trailing 14-7. They'll have the ball on the East 40 to start the fourth. Fourth quarter action in Gillette. Thunder Basin and Sheridan are tied at 7. Keep an eye on that. In 3A, Jackson and Torrington are tied in the fourth quarter. Star Valley leads Cody 13-0. That game in Star Valley. Buffalo is thrashing Wheatland 50-0. Mountain View already beat Glenrock tonight 33-21. In 1A, the final, Bighorn beats Pine Bluff 68-13. Cokeville defeats Upton Sundance 25-6. Six-man football. Farson Eden returns to the state championship game for the third year in a row. They defeat Little Snake River 62-19. Burlington and Meeteetse tied at 0 in the first. I'm not sure if that's accurate. It's almost 8 o'clock. I doubt they're starting. They started this late. Maybe they had a weather delay. Regardless, Cheney Alumni Field, fourth quarter, 4A state semifinal. Win the quarter, you win the right to go to the state championship game. There's Wallace up the middle. He's finally got his big run of the night. Cuts it back. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Mustangs! And there it is. The first big run, untouched up the middle as the rain begins to fall again. Dante Wallace with the big touchdown run brings the score to 13-14 East. Sorensen to attempt the PAT. Now, it looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. That might be against East. Wallace with the 32-yard touchdown run. They're going to call a false start on the Mustangs. But Dante with the great run. He wasn't even touched. Maybe until about the 2. Had that ball high and tight. Takes it into the end zone. Now awaiting the PAT to tie it up. And I can't tell if you can see the rain on your screens, folks, but it is going at least 2 or 3 different directions. Snaps back, kick is up, and it is good. The low liner by Sorensen ties it at 14-all. That touchdown with only 10 seconds to lapse here in the fourth quarter. 2-play, 40-yard drive. Wallace runs straight up the middle for 32, and we've got a tie ball game. Coach Madsen reminding everybody of the ambient air temperature in the press box. It's a little bit better than what it is outside right now. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Tie ball game. Why not? Mustangs with a touchdown. Knots it at 14. Sorensen to kick again. Good hold by Cooper Quigg on the PAT. So Schroeder and Lukau back deep for East. And the old Charlie Brown football trick by the wind knocks the ball down. So Ryan Sorensen's going to have to reset it. Light rain coming down. And it happens again. Lucy would be proud. All right, so we're going to have to hold it now. Hunter Brent going to hold it on the tee. He'll become the safety man. Sorensen will have to go down and cover. And attempt number 3, and it's off. The ball is going to hit at the 30, take a bounce, rolls down to the 20. Still alive. Oh! Nearly recovered by Brackenbaugh. Oh, if he recovers that, that's NC ball. Again, that happened in the Thunder Basin game. Turned out to be a pivotal score for the Mustangs because they recovered and scored shortly after. If NC recovers that ball, it's their ball. Now, the kicker is, if he touched that first, it shouldn't be at the 35. Regardless, that's the call on the play. The rain is steadily coming down now. Wind's whipping around a little bit, but fairly straight out of the west now. And that is not going to help East. They have made big plays all night through the air. High snap again. Quick pack by Allmiller. Ball is caught by 22 Lukow, and he's going to make a great effort to get out to about the 42, 43 yard line. Lukow, boy, great catch. Tell Campbell came up quick to try to make that tackle. Lukow gets out of it, and it's a gain of about 7.5. Second down, East. Inside handoff goes to Anderton, and he's got a hole. Breaks it up the middle, and it's Stoner and Dietz on the tackle, but not until a gain up to the Mustang 36. It's going to be a gain of almost 30. East has had a field goal missed and blocked tonight. I don't know if that's in the playbook anymore. Anderton with the play up the middle of the field, and a solid gain of about 7 again. So unless East gets that thing right in front of the uprights, I'd be shocked to see another field goal attempt tonight. T-Birds driving quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Eldridge and much more off to the left. Lukow and Schroeder to the right. Play action pass. It's going to be out to, that is Merritt who catches the ball. He's going to get a gain of about 5 or 6 and another first down to East. East quickly back up on the ball. Ball spotted at the 24. Schroeder. Lukow out to the wide field. Allmiller. Snap. Ball's inside Anderson. Anderson with the spin move at the 14-yard line. Let's see where it's marked. Just inside the 15. Going to bring up, that should be third down now. Quick pass out to Lukow. He's going to have the first down inside the 5. Oh, no, sorry, down to the 6. That brings up first and goal for the T-Birds. East has had the ball for barely a minute now, a little over a minute. Clock's at 10:20. They have it first and goal on the Mustang 6. Play action. Allmiller back to throw. He rolls, tries to keep it. He lobs it into the end zone for a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play back at the 15-yard line. Ball was caught by Muchmore could be a multitude of things, but more than likely a hold. Yep, it is a hold on the T-Birds. So the ball will go back to the Natrona 24, about the 24-yard line, 24 and a half. First and goal from just inside the Mustang 25, approaching 10 minutes now left in the game. Allmiller, the backup. Play action fake. He's going to go deep this time. Oh! Stoner was there, so was Campbell. It's easy for me to say up here. I think if Stoner is taking a peek in the backfield at the quarterback, he might have a pick there. Woof. That's the only danger in throwing those slants. Sometimes they can catch you. So second and goal. Allmiller with three receivers out to the side. They're going to go four now. Ball's thrown to Allmender, and he is crushed by Brackenball. Anderton is fortunate to hang on to the ball. That ball was thrown back behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of about 5. In a north to south running contest, you're not going to beat Brackenball. He is too fast. Third and goal. Ball on the Mustang 28. Allmiller drops back to pass. He's got a man on the wheel route, and he's going to be sacked. Ball is loose at the Mustang 38. Recovered by an offensive lineman. Allmiller hit hard when he tried to turn back. Zastupel with the recovery. That was big time for East. That ball easily could have been picked up by the Mustangs. But after having the ball first and goal on the 6, the Mustang defense puts a negative 30 spot on the T-Birds. And now Merritt is going to have to punt from his own 49. Snap was high last time. It was good this time. Merritt with the low liner. It's going to go right up the middle of the field, hit at the 1, and go into the end zone for the touchback. Goodness. Well, the last time NC had the ball, it was a 2-play, 40-yard touchdown drive. 2 runs by Wallace tied it up with just 10 seconds off the clock in the fourth quarter. Talbert still in the quarterback, the sophomore. The snap goes inside. They've got an inside run again to Wallace, and he's not going anywhere. Great individual effort by Zach Alexander. It looked like there was a big hole there for Wallace, and it closed in a hurry. It's the old backside inside linebacker. That guy's really tough to get when you run into the opposite way. Still a gain of 2. Talbert gets the snap, but plays blown dead before. It's going to be a false start on the offense. 5 yards on that play is going to make it 2nd and 13. Oh, the ref left his mic on for the whistle there. All right, Talbot drops it back to pass. He's got a little time. Looks like a screen out to Wallace. There's nobody in front of him. He catches it, cuts up inside, takes a big hit. Again, that was Alexander. Depends on the mark. Ball's going to be set at the 29-yard line. So 3rd and 1. After the gain of about 12 on 2nd down. Inside handoff is going to go to Wallace. He barely gets it, but now he's keeping it. And it's a gain of 1st down. 7 yards by Wallace. Boy, they barely got that handoff off. That was a dangerous one. Sounds like the official's mic is stuck in the on position. No need for me to tell you that is miserable for everybody. Talbot in the backfield is going to turn, hand it off to Morgan Pickett. And Pickett is stopped in the backfield, that backside inside again. That's Zach Valerio. Brings up 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. Talbot drops back to pass. He's going deep. He's got Cooper Quigg. He had a step on Schroeder. Ball is just a little bit overthrown, and Harrison knows it. It looked like a good ball, just had a little bit too much air on it. That play's there. Like I mentioned earlier, the corners for East are being put on an island. They have to cover one-on-one quite a bit. All right, 3rd and 10. Talbot drops back. His ball fake. He's going to wide open. Bertinoli's got it at the 40. The 30 makes a move and down to the 21. Oh, that play was set up beautifully. They have not run that all year. And a smart throw by Talbot. Doesn't try to put too much on it. Talbot with the big-time throw to Bertinoli. And a big gain all the way down to the East 21. Talbot turns. He's going to keep it himself. He's got a little room to the outside. Again, one of those shoestring tackles saves a bigger play. I'm not sure if it was Taylor or Eldridge, but 1 yard on the play. Approaching the 6-minute mark now, halfway through the 4th quarter. Tie ball game from Cheney Alumni Field. Update from Thunder Basin. Sheridan leads the Bolts 14-7. The turn, the give to Pickett. He cuts it up, and Pickett runs hard down to the 16. 16 and a half. Nope, 16. He's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs. Trying to get a look and see where Wallace is. Not sure. They're just giving him a breather for a second. If he got dinged a little bit on that screen pass. Well, regardless, you've got Bertinoli out one-on-one by himself. Talbot, snap, goes inside. The ball's given to Pickett. He breaks the tackle. Oh, and he gets a good gain. A solid tackle there by the safety. Saves a touchdown for sure. Luco with a big tackle in the open field. And the Mustangs are going to go for it. They're going to put in the train package. Sure, if you can see the sidelines, the players love it. Boy, this is big time. 4:30 to go now. 4th quarter. Tie ball game. Talbot under center. Turns, gives to Pickett, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield. No gain. Big time play. They had penetration there by Luco again. Luco gets into the backfield and stops the play for a loss. And East gets the ball back with 4:22 to go. Ball deep in East territory. Not an easy place to kick a field goal. It is wet and the wind is blowing. So the Mustangs are going to rely on that number 1 defense to get them through this one. Ball is handed off inside to Anderton. Anderton squeaks through and has a gain of about 5. Both teams have all 3 timeouts left.
Anderson hit for 5 yards, second and 5 to the 20.
Allmiller. Movement by Anderson. Allmiller drops back. He's going to try and keep it. Keeps the play alive. He hits his receiver out for a first down. Pass is caught by much more. There's a flag on the play. They're going to keep the spot of the play. Well, this would be a heck of a time for a roughing the passer penalty, but that might be what it is. Yep, roughing the passer. My goodness. So that's going to take the ball from the East 26 out to the East 41. 42. I was watching the ball, so I didn't see the end of the play, but that's a tough call late in the game when it's so close. Regardless, the result of the play is a first down for East, ball on their own 42. Allmiller sends at Anderton in motion. Allmiller looking deep. Pressure by Frimmel. Allmiller still running. He's out on the sideline. He's going to get the first down. It's going to be a gain of about 13. And that'll stop the clock at 3:37.
First and 10 from the 45-yard line.
Allmiller, 2 receivers to each side. They're going to shift now and go 3 by 1. Anderton up the middle. He snuck through there and gained about 4. Brings up second in about 5.5. The final from Gillette, Sheridan is going to go back to the 4A state title game again. That has got to be the 4th year in a row, I believe. And they are just waiting on their opponent now. Cheyenne East and Natrona tied 14 here late in the 4th quarter. Allmiller with the short pass is going to hit his man in the flat. That's probably, well, I don't have a number yet. That's probably Lukow. He's still on his feet running, and he's down at the 30-yard line. Takes a big hit at the end, but the result of a play is a first down. Lukow with a great run after the catch. There is no way those plays are designed that way. Allmiller is just kind of running for his life and hitting guys where he can find them. He's tall. He's about 6'2". He's doing a good job of seeing up the field. All right, fake to the outside. The ball's given up the middle to Anderton again. Ball is loose! No signal yet. The official on the far side is saying the play was dead. I'm not sure who came up with the ball, but they're going to call it second down. Well, that's a long way for that official to see that play. But it's 2nd and 6. Clock still runs. 2:25. Run by Allmiller. He's going to get brought down by Cade Stoner and Trayvon Smith. That's a loss of about 2 or 3. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Anderton. Allmiller in the backfield. Schroeder offset by himself down here to the left. And it's going to be a timeout, the first one taken by Cheyenne East here in the second half. Timeout number 1. It comes with 1:45 left in regulation. Again, we want to say thanks to Platte Valley Bank for sponsoring tonight's game. Bo Covert stepped up last week and helped us out with a donation to get the game broadcast last week, and they did it again this week. I'd like to welcome all of you who are watching, no matter where you are. I saw people from Montana, Texas, Oklahoma, Alaska, all over the country watching the game. We appreciate you joining us this evening. It's exciting, a great experience for the NCTV kids to be able to work this and see how the show works a little bit. I'm trying not to slow them down. Mr. Madzi up on top in the rain, keeping all these shots from the field with you. All right, the rain has died a little bit. Allmiller, 3rd and 8, drops back, and he is going to be sacked at the Natrona 35. Pressure up the middle. That is all the D linemen. Great job by Smith. And true JT comes up with the big-time sack. Thomas Park in there. And now it's going to be a timeout by Natrona to stop the clock at 1:36. 4th and 15. Let me add to the list now. Thanks for piping in. Virginia, Oregon, out of the country, in Mexico. This is outstanding. So over 500 of you joining us on the stream tonight. We appreciate that very much. Make sure you tell Platte Valley Bank you appreciate them allowing you to see it tonight. It's been a great game. East jumped out to a 14-0 lead. A late touchdown by the Mustangs made it 14-7.5. The scoreless third quarter led to an early touchdown in the fourth quarter by Dante Wallace, tying it up at 14. Natrona looked to be taking the lead, actually with a drive late in the third quarter, but a fumble into the end zone by Wallace gave East the ball back. Well, this would be quite a kick. This is Dakota Merritt. This is a 53-yard field goal attempt. The Mustangs wisely put Dietz back. Merritt, the ball is up, and it is nowhere close to being good. It's too short. That's a lot to ask of a high school kicker. That was 52 yards on a wet field, and the rain comes back again, and the wind. So, we keep going. A minute 35 left. Oklahoma, Southern California, welcome home. So the Mustangs, the ball in their own 20. They need one drive to go to the 4A state championship game for a fourth year in a row. Pitch is to Dante Wallace. He's looking for some redemption, and he might have it. He's out to the 35, to the 40. He's out of bounds at the 39. Quick gain of 19. And NC's probably got to get it at least to the Well, I'm going to say to about the 20. I know Sorensen can boot it, but they got to get it there. That's the yard. That's where they at least got to get. 2 timeouts left. Natrona. Inside handoff fake. Talbert's going to keep it. He's still on his feet. He's got some room to the outside. The 50 down to the 40. And the sophomore has a huge gain of 25 yards and already in the East territory. 1:19. Clock will run after the first down. 2 receivers to each side. Tight end to the right. Same play is going to be called for Talbert. He's got room up again, up the middle. And Harrison takes a shot at the end of the play, but he's got a gain of about 9 on the play. It's going to get us down to a minute, under a minute now. 53 seconds to go. The Mustangs are very close to field goal range. They probably just need to get it to the 20. Can the big guys up front push? There goes Wallace. Cuts back. He's got room up the middle and down to the 13-yard line. There is no intent to kick a field goal here. The clock stops. 39 seconds. Now it's going to roll. Talbert in the pistol. Big time push up front again. Wallace is going to break a tackle. He breaks 2. He's got room to the outside. Needs to go down. Gets it down inside the 10-yard line, but timeout by the Mustangs with 22.3 left. Injured player for the T-Birds is Alexander. He's had a monster game tonight at inside backer for the T-Birds. Hopefully he's okay. He's going to have to come out for one play due to the injury. I'm trying to remember. When this drive started, time-wise. They got 25.4 back on the clock. I want to say the Mustangs got the ball with about a minute 30 left in the game. So some big runs by Talbert and Wallace. You wouldn't think a team could run the ball for about 80 yards. Well, 70, excuse me. But they did in a hurry, less than a minute. And the Mustangs have it 2nd and 7 on the East 10. As we mentioned, Sheridan has already won tonight. They're back in the state title game, and it would only be fitting if the Mustangs can meet them. Great ball game. The game in East was the same, with Natrona leading early and East coming back to win it late. Will the Mustangs return the favor with a late touchdown to win after trailing 14-0 early? Talbert in the pistol. Wallace behind him. Mustangs, 2 timeouts left. Ball's going to be given inside. Wallace has got it. Jump cuts down to about the 6. They're going to quickly run another play. East is going to have to get a guy off, but they're going to have 12 guys. 10 seconds. They have 12 guys on the field. That's a penalty. Talbert keeps it himself. He's got room to the outside. Touchdown, Mustangs! The flag on the play is going to be against East for 12 men. Talbert keeps it himself and scores. We'll see what the flag is. Officials are talking. There's got to be 12 men. They don't get an opportunity to sub if the Mustangs don't sub. Here's the call. Illegal participation. East is declined. Touchdown, Mustangs. with 3.9 seconds left in the game. Talbert keeps it himself and goes in from 5 yards out and just might have sent the Mustangs back to Laramie. The PAT in the rain and the wind. Snap is good, hold good. No indication on it if it's good. It is good. PAT by Sorensen is good. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be after the play was over. So with 3 seconds left, the sophomore Talbert takes it in from 5 yards out, and 21 unanswered points from NC has them 3.9 away from the state title rematch with the Broncs again. Offsetting penalties at the end of the PAT will result in nothing. Coach Goff talking to the officials. That was a good job by Natrona to get up to the line quickly, not allow East to make any adjustments. That's the old two-play call in the huddle deal. And it worked again. What a game. Well, if there's anything that I'd be willing to put money on right now, it's the fact that the Mustangs are not going to kick it deep. There's no way. Squib it just like you did last time. It's just got to stay in bounds. Now, I don't know if the penalties were offsetting. It looks like they were, so the ball's going to be placed at the 40-yard line. Okay, there was a penalty on East there. So the officials did a good job of making sure that they got the flag called correctly on the play. They threw the flag and forgot to indicate if the PAT was good or not. But it was. Sorensen puts it through. And now the ball is going to be placed on the East 45. Now this makes it completely different. The wind blowing, not as hard as it has all night, but it's still blowing a little bit from the west to the east. The rain is let up again. The Mustangs will take a timeout. They have one left now. You got to take a picture of what was going on for East on the return. Now they're going to have to do something special, or just try to down it and make one last play. Well, about halfway through the second quarter, this game looked a little rough for the Mustang faithful. Down 14-0. East came to play. But a quick scoring drive, finished off by a Talbert 10-yard run, woke the Mustangs up a little bit and got them back in the game with 2:34 left in the half. After that, it's been a back-and-forth game. Mustangs score at the beginning of the fourth quarter, 10 seconds into the fourth quarter, and they score with about 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter to take a 21-14 lead and are oh so close to a return trip to Laramie. There is nothing harder than winning a semifinal. I'm convinced. The championship's fun, man. That's what you play for, and it is what it is. But the semifinals are brutal. So here we go. Sorensen with the boot. He's going to kick it, and he rolls it up the middle, and he picks it up, and it's going to be recovered and returned, but dropped. That was almost disastrous. Jarrett Taylor took off with the ball. Time ran out on the play.
Wow, what a ball game.
And that is going to end it. Woo. Goodness, that would suck the air out of the stadium. Nobody even really knows what to do. Goodness gracious. Well, the end result is that Natrona is going back to the 4A state championship game for the 4th year in a row. And for the 4th year in a row, they're going to play the Sheridan Broncs. So a great game by both teams. Ends with the Mustangs coming out on top 21 to 14. My goodness. Well, you knew it wasn't going to be easy. East played incredible. You got to say they punched a little bit above their weight tonight. They played outstanding. Great job by Coach Goff and his staff. They were ready tonight. The Mustangs rattle off 21 unanswered to come up with a 21-14 victory, sending them back to Laramie Saturday afternoon to face the Sheridan Broncs. Whoa. Catch my breath here. Check out the student section. The Mustangs celebrating with their peers. Band playing the fight song. We'll get a score recap. And we'll send you to Laramie. The 4A semifinal, hosted by the #1 Natrona County Mustangs, began tonight at 6 o'clock. The Cheyenne Thunderbirds took the initiative right away and scored with 5:19 left in the first quarter. The leading running back for the T-Birds scored from 1 yard out, and the Merritt PAT made it 7-0. Allmiller, who had an excellent night at quarterback for East. If anybody thought that Mason Buell not being in there for East was going to make it an easier game, they were horribly wrong. Allmiller to Schroeder, the 16-yard pass, wide open in the back of the end zone heading to the south, gave East a 14-0 lead just a minute and 2 seconds in to the second quarter. Both teams go back and forth, and then the Mustangs score with 2:34 left in the second quarter to cut the lead in half. A 10-yard run by Talbert would be a indicator of how the game would end. He has the quarterback keeper off the right-hand side to make it 14-7 after the Sorensen PAT. East started the second half with the ball, and no one could figure out a way to score in that third quarter. But at the beginning of the fourth, just 10 seconds in, Dante Wallace breaks his second 30-yard-plus run of the night, a 32-yarder, in fact, to tie it up at 14 after the Sorensen PAT. After a chance that the Mustangs had to score and fumbled into the end zone, and East has had multiple opportunities to score, the Mustangs get the ball back with a minute 30 to go in the game and march it 80 yards downfield, running 2 consecutive plays with about 13 seconds left. The keeper by Talbert off the left-hand side, diving into the end zone on the U of the Mustangs there, gives the Mustangs the lead, and the PAT made it 21-14 with 3.9 seconds left. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the last play of the game. Sorensen, kicking from the East 45-yard line, hit a roller up the middle of the field. It took an incredible bounce right into the lap of Jarrett Taylor, the 6'3", 167-pound sophomore receiver, took the ball and ran completely past the coverage of the Mustangs and wasn't tackled until he got to about the 30 of Natrona. So it was a crazy end to the game and also fitting. But the tackle was made. The Mustangs prevail. 21-14 going to the state title game in Laramie next week. They'll play the last game of the weekend. Usually that game begins at 4 o'clock. So get your weekend plans ready. Get ready to head down to Laramie and watch your Mustangs take on the Broncs yet again. So, with that being said, that's going to end the game for us tonight. Took 2 hours and about 30 minutes to play through that. An incredible game. Unbelievable effort on both sides by both squads. But the Mustangs come out on top, 21-14. Thank you so much to Platte Valley Bank. Folks, tell them thanks when you see them. You got your money's worth 2 weeks in a row. Unbelievable. Great job by the NCTV staff, all the kids who have put a lot of extra time into doing this. They're staying late after school, getting it set up, giving you the shots that you love to see, putting all this up on the internet. None of that's me. That's all kids. That's all the kids here at Natrona County High School. Mr. Madsey doing a great job giving of himself. He's an outstanding teacher here and has done some incredible things with these kids. They're excited to be here, and what a game tonight. Thanks to our administration, Shannon Harris, head principal, Brian Honkin has been awesome as our AD, hooking us up with what we need. And congratulations to Coach Mustang or Coach Harshman and the Mustangs, the rest of his staff. What a win. This is what you do it for, folks. It feels good to be down there right now. And they're going to state. 21-14 win by Natrona. Sends them to Laramie. We're going to sign off now. Thanks so much for your support. We appreciate it. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do another one. I don't know what the rules of state are. If we can do it, we'll try and figure it out. If not, it's been a pleasure to bring these to you this season and look forward to doing it again as soon as possible. So, from Cheney Alumni Field, the final score, Natrona County 21, Cheyenne East 14. Good night.